New headset today. Same with Neil.
You sound good.
Neil's all kitted up with a new headset.
Sounds good.
bad.
Good size. Not bad.
Kept my receipt for tax time.
Oh,
Smart.
No more glowing robot penis.
no.
Sorry?
ET's dick's gone.
ET's dick is, it went home.
I miss it already.
Yeah, I do miss it a bit too.
I can get like an LED light.
We can
or
just
something
put
on
an
there.
LED
Yeah,
on
we'll
it.
just put it on. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get up something here. Sorry if I'm.
Oh yeah. Well, you take your time.
Yeah.
Oh, it takes me a while usually.
Look at that background, Shaun. That's beautiful.
Yeah, finally, my background's cool.
Yeah,
Fox
it's awesome.
64. Yeah.
All the
goodies up there.
poster stuff. Yeah.
A Game Boy case.
Oh yeah, as Ma would say. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right. How he says it. Eh? Oh yeah.
Did Mikey just drop off? Or...
Sure did. Yep.
Okay. Well, I thought it might have been my audio.
Neil got up and left. Sean got up and left, and Mikey dropped out. So within about 3 seconds, it was just me sitting here.
Oh man, that's the second time. It's the second time I've dropped out. I've got my fucking the laptop's hooked up to the wired internet here, and it's still dropping out. Like I don't know what's going on.
The old router might need a bit of a reset.
Yeah, I say so. And it's new as well. We've only had it for a couple of months, eh?
Oh wow, yeah, we got a brand newie just on the weekend because
What? Keep the receipt. Keep it for tax time.
for tax. Neil tax time cans.
The joys of working from home.
What a lame superhero name or
Fuck yeah.
nickname.
Neil tax time.
My friends think I'm so cool. Tax time. There's a mum joke in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah, there is. There probably is. I wouldn't know what it'd be.
That headset looks hot, guys. Both of you. Did you get the same one?
It
No,
looks like that.
no. We both got them from JB though, and they're both Corsairs.
Oh,
Fancy.
and Neil.
My hair will fall out everywhere. It's kind of a mop now, but I'll show you these anyway. Show you that.
Yeah, the Corsairs. That's a sexy one. It's a good brand. Eh? I've just got a second-hand Corsair mount.
Focus.
So you'll wear that for podcasts
Remo.
and work and stuff as well, Denny?
What I miss?
Will you wear that for work or?
No. No, this is just for like streaming and for podcast stuff.
Okay. Touch up my appearance, adjust for low light.
Oh, do that. Touch up. Get rid of those blemishes.
Let's see what it does. Don't think it does anything.
Oh mate,
Does
you're
it?
looking hot.
Thanks, mate.
Sean's better looking brother. Whoa, look at this.
Oh,
Joke's
we
on
all
you.
know.
Me.
Oh,
Look.
look at that. It's a
Fashioned
Wookiee.
a beer cozy out of Neil's mum's pubes.
The thing is,
Nah,
Shaun-
it's actually a Chewbacca. Same
Sean
thing.
does have a better looking brother though. That's no joke.
What the fuck, Neil?
He's your older brother,
I'm right here, man.
the cameraman. Oh.
Oh yeah, he's all right because he looks like me. He's shorter, but yeah, he's a good-looking bloke. He's got a little bit of a Chris Hemsworth look.
I think last time I saw him, it was before kids, so he probably looks more like me now. So
Yeah.
He beefed up. He did beef up a little bit.
oh,
He
did
was-
he?
Ripped, but he'll be back
We'll be back.
and in greater numbers.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
Uh,
oh.
hello, you Absolute legends. And welcome back to the Play It Up podcast.
I'm your host, Shaun.
We're using that.
I'm Noel.
No.
I'm Rod, and I like to party. No. Fuck it. Let's just use that as the intro.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah,
do it.
we are using
Yeah.
that.
Oh no.
That's-
Oh no.
Oh no, Bette Midler. Yeah, that's our co-stuff for sure.
Oh well, this episode, we're talking about basically a catch-up. Go around the table. What we've been up to. What have we picked up? What have we loved playing? What have we hated playing? What have we been playing in general? And what our goals are for 2023, be it gaming, be it, personal life, who cares? Maybe you can check that in if you want. It's a safe space, guys. Open up if you like. What else? Like pickups, what we want to pick up, any restorations, just
Pickups, projects, sort of stuff.
Yeah.
harps.
Harps.
I swear, Neil,
Sorry.
if your second podcast overtakes ours in episodes this year,
It's a high likelihood it will.
yeah,
Well, they're doing it weekly, so yeah, probably.
cheating half an hour weekly.
Yeah.
You
I
don't
might
have
just
nearly the amount of bullshit that we have in our podcast.
do like a 5-minute podcast daily just to like beat the record. Hey,
That'll
this
get
is
so
Neil
boring.
Cairns. Yeah, it would be so
just,
shit ass, but
Went
Yeah.
to work today, made dinner for the kids. See you tomorrow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Eric made the lawn, got
Yeah.
$2.
Yeah.
Big one, Eric.
Lit.
He pretended he was playing Minecraft, doing some fucking terraforming.
Well, I think we're up to like 13, 14 episodes or something like that now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll happen.
It
but,
is.
they're only half an hour episodes, like you said. So
I think it took
Yeah.
a year for the Play It Up to get there.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was slow goings on. Hey, Mikey, he's back.
Hey, Mike's back,
Fucking
everyone.
hell. I might. Oh man, I'm on wired internet. I might just like switch to Wi-Fi. See if that fixes it. This is fucking horseshit, eh?
Mike's gonna lose his mind over technical.
Oh, it's killing me.
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
have you got a dial-up set up still? Like you could.
56K, mate.
Yeah.
Like a minute just to load a shitty picture of boobs, man.
Oh man.
Those were the days.
Oh, but boy, did you
Right.
appreciate those boobs.
So,
There's
Yeah.
a lack of appreciation for boobs these days, for sure. It's just,
Is there?
I wouldn't know.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
was
talking
like,
out my
what?
ass.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
I'm a big fan. Oh,
Jesus fuck.
this went downhill fast.
Yeah, straight up. If
Who
my
should we
laptop,
start with?
You seem to come back pretty good though, Mike. Like straight away. I wouldn't worry about it too.
You bounce back strong, Mikey.
You look great. Yeah.
The comeback kid.
yeah. I went to see the band Comeback Kid the other night. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, shit.
Oh,
American hardcore, or Canadian hardcore.
Well, let's start with you then, Mike. What have you been up to?
what have you been up
Yeah,
to,
mate.
mate?
I've been having a great time with life. It's been super great lately.
Really?
Yeah, my car died. The rear diff exploded. Molly got attacked by a dog, so she's recovering.
What a
What
dog.
else happened? We got a mad parking fine yesterday. Parking lot with me. Jesus fuck, it got worse. But I think that was the last. Yeah, that was the last thing. Yeah, we parked the car up in Milton to drop an offering at Elton John concert, and he gets a message from Sergeant whoever whatever his name is. I dropped her off, so I was taking the car home too. So I ran down to the car, got to the car, and I was like, "Oh, I just got a message. My wife got a message. You've got to move my car." And he's like, "Oh, it's too late. I've just issued the ticket." I'm like, "Oh, parking ticket. $60, $100. What are parking tickets these days? They're $287."
What?
So that was fun. That was real fun. It must have been a lot of laws we were breaking by parking in that particular spot at one time. I don't know. So yeah, but yeah, apart from that, I've actually been playing a fair bit of games at home the last couple of months, which has been great. I got stuck back into Final Doom, so I'm still working on Final Doom. That's it's coming along.
Nice.
I started playing the other night. I sent you guys the photo of one of the screens. Literally, like 20 minutes later, I rage quit. I'm like, nah, I'm not. Let's move on to a different game. But it was it was still good. I was like on that side of drunk where you can't play a serious game where you have to have wits about you and also remember where to go and what to do and which wall where the ambush is going to be. So I went into back in the games room and I grabbed Nightmare Creatures on PS1 because I've been thinking about that recently for I don't know why. I just thinking about it, so I just grabbed it, chucked it in, and had a good roll on level 1, which is absolutely gigantic. Finished level 1. And that was fun. Nightmare Creature. Yeah, it's a third-person action beat 'em up, basically. Yeah. So you're rolling through like old school England, and there's werewolves and zombies and giant monsters and stuff. There's this.
That sounds sick.
It sounds really cool.
This bad dude who's like reignited. He's Frankensteined these animals and people to bring them back to life, and he set them off like all around England in the old days. So your job's to go through and smash those guys up, cut them in half, chop heads off, that sort of thing.
Classic.
It's pretty good. The controls are a bit stiff. It's a bit old school. Like it's like it was made pre DualShock era, but it's made for DualShock. So it's still not. The controls are a little bit tanky. A little bit. It's kind of loose compared to Resident Evil. It's pretty loose and fluid. But it's still just. It takes a while to get used to that that old school control style where you're sort of pushing up and to the right to sort of turn around in a full circle sort of thing instead of pressing down, because pressing down makes you step backwards or like jump backwards.
So you have to do the U-turn kind of thing to fully turn around. Right. It's like a third person kind of view, is that right?
Third person action beat 'em up 3D style. Outside of that, I got back into Tenchu Stealth Assassins. I don't know if I mentioned that last time in the podcast, but it's it's a stealth game, and it's pretty good. It's tricky as well with the controls. It's old school PS1 controls. There's bits. I'm on level 3 at the moment, and there's bits in the level where you have to do like a double jump forwards to get over certain gaps. Double jump forwards is forward X, but also to like jump forwards, like a big step forwards is forward. So if you're going to jump a huge gap and you miss the timing of the X, you shuffle yourself down this pit of death and you die. So I'm getting
that's poor design, mate.
It's so irritating, man.
I gotta say, I'm no game designer, but that is poor design.
Yeah, it sounds ass.
It is. Like when I played it back in the day, I could get that jump perfect every time, and I get the shuffle perfect. It's just getting the timing. It's a very fine timing between pressing that last forwards and the last X to get that jump to happen, or the forward to the shuffle forwards, like the jump, the big step forwards to happen. So yeah, I've been smashing around a bit of Tenchu, which is it's fun. It's a really, really good game. You're just
PS1 also?
a ninja. Yeah.
And you do stay on brand, eh? You fucking love it.
Oh man, I don't. Yeah, it's just.
Hell yeah.
Well, the game, because the games room's shut down, nothing else is hooked up except for the mini consoles on the big TV or the PS3 on the work laptop, which is so the PS3 will play all the PS1 games as you do, and just been sticking on the old PS1 and digging into trying to get through them. Yeah.
Oh, it does. It's so good that that's backwards compatible in that way.
It's awesome, man. Like
it's strange because it's like you can't play PS2 games on it unless you have a certain model of the PS3. But most PS3s can only play PS3 and PS1.
And PS1 is super weird.
Like I don't know any other console where you could play games from 2 generations ago.
Yeah, it's skipped generation.
Has that happened with any other console? I mean, Xbox One, I guess.
Yeah.
But that could also play 360, right? Like
yeah.
So I don't think any other console could play only its current gen and then 2 generations ago. It's weird, but I think it's cool because you can then play all your PS1 games through HDMI. But is it playing it like emulating it, or is it running it like on an official PS1 hardware, or does it just take the disc and on the PS1?
It's emulating it, yeah. It's emulating it really, really well. It upscales straight to 720p, and the ratio, the visual ratios look spot on as well, and it's just it works.
Cool. That's cool. I think that is it. The Series X plays like everything ever that Xbox ever made, almost.
I think so.
Yeah. Whatever the latest one is.
There's a selection. They don't not every game, but there is like a selection of like probably the biggest hits have been made backwards compatible from original gen Xbox. So there's like Xbox 360 and the current gen through to the new one, and pretty cool. Like that you can do all of that, and you probably have to pay for it again. Don't get me wrong, but you can play them.
And I have.
You'd be right, because I think you can put like a Xbox disc into your Series X.
Oh, can you?
I think so.
I didn't know.
I could be way wrong. I mean, it should then just download it from the disc or from the store.
When I buy one, I'll test it.
Yeah,
we'll see if we can break it.
Yeah, do it.
My little brother has one, so I could ask him.
Yeah.
We used to play a bit of Mashed and Halo from the original Xbox. Good times. If you don't know
about Mashed,
out there, it's like
like a fun game.
So good, man. It's like Micro Machines, where you used to have to like, as long as you get far enough away, you get the point.
Yep.
Like on the track, if you make basically the person go off the screen, you get the point.
Cool.
It's like that, but with weapons, like sick weapons, and it's just a well-made game. Really fun.
Nice.
Mashed, so not MASH like the TV series.
Not MASH 4077. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
You're not doing meatball surgery while bombs are going off.
Incoming wounded.
Right.
Unfortunately, nothing to do with the very popular TV show MASH. No. Maybe
Thank God. That would be a terrible game. I love MASH, but I would never want to play the game. That wouldn't be good.
Right.
It could just be surgery, right? And then drinking afterwards. But
it might be, yeah. If maybe you can choose your fighter, like you can be the Hawkeye, or you can be McIntyre, or you can be like Radar or someone. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know any of this.
Yeah, neither.
It's pretty old school. Yeah, that's fair.
Neil, you're a classic, man. You love the Beatles. You love MASH.
Yeah. So does Dennis, apparently.
Don't tell him that I like the Beatles as well.
I love the Beatles too.
Oh, well, there you go.
I mean, the Beatles, they're pretty timeless, but
you could have thrown Spectar in there as well.
Oh, true.
It's another timeless classic.
Classic, definitely.
Neil hates anything, even if it's from the 80s. Just 70. I don't know when MASH was, to be honest, so I could be speaking out my...
No, it was 70s, 80s, I think. It went for like 12, 14 seasons, something like that.
Yeah,
so,
something crazy.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah, long time.
I used to always change the channel when it would come on, like, in the afternoons, so like or whatever it was. I'd be like, this is fucking shit. Where's the cat?
Well, that's when I started watching it. That's how I got into it. What is this? And yeah. That's good.
I'd been like, where's Our Real Monsters or something?
Our Real Monsters.
Yeah.
Switching across.
Yeah.
Neil was more calm and like, no, I'm going to enjoy the moment here and see what this is all about.
Sit down and watch MASH.
Yeah. It was good.
Good times. So you've been getting some gaming time in, Mikey. That's awesome.
Yeah, been digging in some Dr. Mario on the Game Boy too, off the EverDrive, which I think I just mentioned last podcast. But yeah, just digging into it. It's been fun. Yeah, it's really, really fun. It's a super hard challenge, but it's just a good, quick smash speed run toilet. Just go. Let's play this game and let's see how far we can get in 5 minutes. 10 minutes.
Mike, any speed runs?
Yeah. No, it's I've been absolutely love it. Like I literally the EverDrive's got I don't know, like
Denny, did you think
60 games?
Did you think you muted that one?
Should have.
It didn't.
The light went red.
Perfect.
I could see you reaching around the back.
See,
like,
look, the light's red. I'm gonna leave that in. I'm leaving that in.
No, please
It
do.
was awesome,
That was
man.
awesome.
It was a real good
Because-
sound effect.
You did it with like no expression on your face, as if it never happened. And I was like, wait a
Alright.
minute, he thought he muted that.
I'm so glad it didn't.
I am.
That's good.
Because technically I'm muted now.
Oh shit!
Oh,
It's still here. Yep.
yeah, it
What?
doesn't seem to be working. Maybe it's something to do with how it interacts with
Is there
Zoom.
another microphone? It might be another microphone picking it up.
Yeah, I don't know.
Is it
No.
set to that mic?
Yeah.
On your headset?
Yeah, sure.
That's weird, man. Take it back.
Yeah.
Who knows? But it's good that you know now.
I'll
In case you like mutter under your breath, "Oh fuck, I hate these guys."
if it's
That'd be pretty
that's wow, that's really mean. But no,
it would be so brutal.
I'll
Why did I join this podcast?
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Can you still hear me?
Yep.
Sound
Sounds
different.
like it switched mics though. Yeah.
Okay, and I'm gonna switch back. Now, can you still hear me?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does sound a little bit different.
Okay, hang on.
Yeah, he's got it.
Muted. There we go. There's the
Muted.
new
Can't hear shit unless you're fucking with us.
Why didn't it fucking? Whatever. I don't know.
Oh,
But now it sounds like you're coming through your headphones microphone instead of the other microphone you had going just then, because you sounded different now.
Not according
Yeah.
to the source that I selected, but
Oh shit!
geez, you sound clearer than ever now.
Yeah.
Sounds
good.
better.
oh, thanks, mate.
Let's start the podcast again.
Okay.
Welcome to another episode.
Play it up podcast.
Play it up.
Of the Pocket Arcade. Oh fuck! Wait.
Oh fuck!
Play it up loud. Oh no!
Oh shit!
Welcome to the Pressing the Points
point.
podcast.
Yeah.
Welcome to Arcade Pressing the Play It Up. Oh
Dude,
yeah.
everyone wanted to be like us. They're like, oh, we need to have at least 2 P's in our name.
Yep.
At least minimum of 2.
Yeah, we had a full meeting about it.
Yep. Welcome
Mark
to
and
the
I-
Yep.
Yeah.
Pressing
I
it,
love
pressing it up retro podcast.
Pressing it up.
Pressing
Fuck.
it up. Hey, we should do a 3-way podcast.
Oh.
And like, except, yeah, I mean,
Oh,
Neil's
man.
already part of 2 of them. We could just do it.
Oh, that'd be easy.
Yeah.
And Neil's like, "Oh, sorry, I can't make that one."
You could make it. Yeah, a
You
podcast without me. Like it'll be.
No such thing, mate. No
Yeah.
such thing. You're Mr.
Yeah.
Podcast. There can't be a podcast without Neil.
He went from not being able to do one because he was busy and
Yeah, he's
gave
like,
me the
I'm
mic.
busy. I better do another one.
Yeah.
Well, the other one is super easy. Like it's
Yeah.
literally talking to Mark for half an hour, and then
When-
we just like
That sounds
record it and
difficult.
send it off. Like it's like edited
Wow.
at the start and the front, and then we just like I send my audio to him and it's done. So
Easy.
yeah,
Oh yeah, you both record locally, hey?
yeah, we do.
Yeah, we should do that, but we don't. And I think it sounds all right.
It sounds fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Mark the
I,
bloody audio What a dog.
if I recorded locally, my laptop would probably catch fire, I reckon. It could not do a live stream and then also like
What an episode it'd make, though. In this episode,
shit,
Mike's
that
laptop
would be
catches
funny.
fire.
And this episode, holy shit, Mike's on fire. And there
Always.
goes his whole collection. Ree's running around on fire.
You could always claim a new one on tax, you know.
On tax.
Like,
Ooh.
just,
There you go.
He's got a point.
Neil burns his house down just so he can claim it on tax.
Yep. Think of the deductions, though. Classic.
You know you lose overall, Neil. Yeah, but God, you got to love a deduction.
Yeah, but at tax time. Ooh.
Yeah, I bought my home monitor, the curved one. I bought it literally like 2 days after financial year had ended, so I've got to wait till next financial year to like cash it in on tax. So I had to talk to the tax people who do the tax. I'm like, can you put a little note on this saying that I can claim it this year? And they're like, yeah, we can do that for you.
Aha,
Legends.
You got to.
absolutely. Was there any other updates for us, Mikey?
Yeah, had a couple of good games in the arcades last weekend. Well, most of us went to the Pixel Collective.
Yeah, Pixel Collective, One Up Arcade.
Last Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome night, lots of fun. Lots of people hanging out. It was a good time. Yeah.
Oh, good, eh?
Yeah, loved it.
It was your first Pixel Collective for a while, Mikey. What did you think of like the way that it's turned into, like from since the last time that you've been there?
Yeah, totally different. Like much more family orientated. The kids and the wives and the other half there was really, really nice, eh? Like quite relaxing and just a real chilled atmosphere around.
Yeah, chill vibe.
Yeah. So I got a good game of Raiden 2 in that night. I got 800 and something thousand, I think.
Yeah,
nice.
you got a PB, didn't you?
Yeah, I did at One Up. Yeah, at the One Up machine, it was 800. Wait, where are we? 828,000. Yeah, and that was
Wow.
Yeah, I had a perfect run on level 1 and level 2, which is super rare for me because I normally die at least once on level 1. And if that doesn't happen, I definitely die at least once on level 2. But having a perfect run through was just made it so much easier to pull a bigger score. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And did you get the venue record then?
No. Stephen has that. He's got the world record there.
On Galaga?
No, on Raiden 2.
On Raiden.
Oh,
yeah.
I just assumed you were talking about Galaga, I guess. Sorry.
The Galaga stick there is it's actually a 4-way. So I started having a game of Galaga and I hit like a diagonal and it went into a different menu or something. So I accidentally broke Galaga for a sec. So
is it running a 16 one or something?
Some sort of emulation, I think.
Okay.
But, it all looks legit. It's just that the stick needs to be a 2-way. It has a 2-way. It needs a 2-way restrictor on it, and then it'll be fine.
Yeah, sweet.
But yeah, it's slightly different to like the Netherworld Galaga stick. It's the movement is like sort of fingertip on the Galaga at Netherworld, so really easy. The other one, it feels like it might be like maybe a Zippy or a Sanwa or something like that. It just feels different, but it's totally playable. But yeah.
It definitely feels it feels too tall, the stick itself.
Yeah, that's true.
What kind of stick is it originally? Like what brand?
Oh,
it's like a midway. Like it's not actually
just a midway brand stick. Like Nintendo had Nintendo sticks, and I think Midway had their same thing. It's not like a Pack Pro or anything like that, I don't think.
Okay, so it's like a specific one for
Galaga 2-way. Yeah. I think Galaxian might have had the same joystick as well.
Yeah, that would make sense, hey?
Because Pack Pros aren't even Namco sticks. They're just made, like they're just another stick that you can buy that play really well on Pac-Man. So they're not even a reproduction. They're just really good for that particular game.
I don't think I'd ever used a Pac Pro stick before, but then again, I haven't really played like a lot of Pac-Man or Ms. Pac. We'd have to get the doctor in, and he'd tell us all about Pac Pros and in great detail. He does.
Oh, yeah,
indeed. Sorry, Mikey, I got off track talking about Galaga.
No, man. Best topic in the world, really.
Do you want the world record for Raiden 2, Mikey?
Yeah,
I would like it. Yeah. It'll be really tough to get to, but I would love it. Yeah.
You want it?
I don't want it now. Maybe a year or two's time when things are settling down. Yeah. If I get a board, maybe, and like get some time at home. Like I don't know if I could plug like a Raiden 2 board into my Midnight Resistance cab and get it going, but no.
Okay.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Interesting. Yeah.
Possible future world record for Mikey. No pressure though.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm still chasing Galaga scores anyway. So
I actually just bought a Galaga cab, man. I didn't tell you guys. So if you want to borrow it, you can.
It's right here.
Oh, that one. My arcade.
It is a Galaga cab.
Show is.
It's pretty
Can-
sick.
Can we
It's
see
got a-
that next to Sean's cade?
Next to the Sharkade.
The shark cade.
You know, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to give you the satisfaction, you dog.
I have a
Look at
feeling,
that.
Shaun, that is the NES emulated version.
Is
It
it?
is. It's not even the arcade version.
Yeah.
Oh, bruv.
It still looks cool. It still looks awesome though, and it would still be fun to play for anyone that wants to play Galaga on the spot.
That's not cool, bruv. That's the Kmart version.
We all know how we feel about Kmart.
I think it's great.
But
I
yeah,
love their Royal Dalton knockoff shit. It's great.
Oh, mate.
Dalton.
Dalton.
Dalton,
Dalton.
sorry.
What's it? Dalton shit, Shaun.
That's how they say it in Tassie.
You heard it.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pixel Collected was a good time at
Sick,
One Up.
yeah,
If you
These
haven't
guys
been
had
to
some
One
mad-
Up, go.
for sure.
A good time.
239 Lytton Road. Is that the address?
I
I
think
feel
so.
like it is. Yeah,
That
Lytton
sounds
Road.
right.
Lytton Road in Morningside, One Up Arcade, the largest free play arcade in the Southern Hemisphere easily. And it's, what a place, man!
Yep.
There's so every awesome machine you can think of from the 80s to the 90s, 2000s. They're like
Yeah.
they're all there. It's wild.
There's more coming. There's always more.
Yep.
They just
Yep.
added Toki, right? So
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
that's a cool game. I finished that on the NES.
I know at least one person that would play Toki there, so it's pretty cool.
Who's that? Who's that, Dennis?
Who would that
Tell
be?
me. Yeah, Jerry Scott would destroy it. I think he'd get in there. He would say
Yep,
they're all
love
there
it.
on Toki.
Oh, he loves Toki, does he?
Yeah. It's his favorite game.
Wow.
Yeah, I've played it on Mega Drive, but I have not played it on the arcade or anywhere else.
You wouldn't be able to tell by his skill level at that other game with a monkey.
Yeah.
His other favorite game.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
his
Jerry.
second favorite, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Mm.
Cool one. Was there any
That's-
other updates for us, Mikey?
Oh, mate, I don't know. It's a long set of updates from me. I had a good game of Galaga a couple of weeks, a week or two back as well. I was dropping Ree off at Netherworld for something, and we just stopped in there before I drove her to the next stop near the valley. And I had like a 1.2 million in Galaga, so I had a really, really good run.
Wow.
And I was happy with that. But I think with my posture and the shoes I was wearing between One Up a few days before that, and then Netherworld, I sort of hurt my back a little bit by being old because I'm 40 next week. So my back's been a bit messed up for a while. It's not as bad as it was before I had my surgery in 2018, but it's been easing off. And today especially, I really took like an easy day of doing not a lot at all. So it seems to be coming good with
Good man.
Yeah, and I've got physio tomorrow morning, hopefully the last physio session too, so it should be all ready for life again.
Nice.
Nice. Good
But
stuff.
it was a good game of Galaga. I could feel myself getting sore standing up because I was standing up playing the game because I don't sit down to play Galaga. I prefer to play it standing up. So, and 1.2 million is about a 45, 50, maybe an hour long session too. So good game standing up, and like I'm getting back into my old habits of leaning with games. Like, oh, look out. Oh, I'm going around this corner. Oh,
Yeah.
look out. Oh, I'm dodging like in Doom. I'm like, whoa, back around. Literally leaning, like,
You're getting old, man.
when I was a kid, I'm like, it's like virtual reality. These games, wow, they're so realistic.
That's great.
But I think
It's
I
amazing.
maybe a little bit too much leaning or like just frustrated, angry maneuvers with Galaga losing a ship or something.
Trying to pick up the cab. Rage. Oh, I hurt my back.
Oh, no.
But that's the updates, guys. So who's next? We're going to go on to Dennis.
Yeah, let's get it.
Yeah.
Ready, man?
No, not really. But yeah, okay. So in the last year's goals, we sort of covered that a little bit last month, but rehash, why not? Last year goal of mine was to build that thing right there. So that got finished, which has been great. Nice to have that sitting there completed and in the arcade. And yeah, I'm not sure what the future is going to be for Hellfire just yet. I do want to completely finish the project. Like it runs and plays well, but the monitor needs a recap, and there's a little kit that I need to fit into that will adjust the vertical and horizontal position of the picture on the monitor display. Because those of you from BPAC would remember that you could see the score, but only just like the few top pixels along the right along the top of the screen, which doesn't make it good if you're playing in a competition because you really need to know the score. So that will be getting finished off, which is actually only minor stuff. It doesn't take me long to do a recap these days on a chassis. It's just pulling everything apart and taking everything out. It's just a pain in the dick. No, I don't want to do it. I'm just happy for it to sit there. But that's done. I've done some modifications to DK that had a new monitor in it just before Kong Off last year. I've changed the chassis in it since last Kong Off and retuned it a little. Trying to look around the room, see what else that I've done. There's been a bunch of we had our victory with Battle of the Arcades, which was amazing. Hope to do the same this year. Maybe we'll see. These guys are like,
hey, well, you already heard about this, all right?
So team one.
What else? Repairs on. It's taken us into the start of the year. Done a couple of repairs on some Donkey Kong PCBs. Done a bit of fault finding on Shaun's Vader 2600 that got popped in. So Shauno had a mod kit in his 2600 that I think went crook because it was running when you last like a couple of years ago, wasn't it? When you powered it on last beforehand, wasn't it?
It would have been, I'd say 2.5 to 3 years. Just because I was gone for so long and I don't remember when I played it before I left.
Yeah, so had it here and just a few little tests here and there and just checking what the video output was, and we weren't getting video. So changed filter cap, checked the voltage regulator on it, which was working perfect. The voltage balance was perfect at 5 volts, getting 9 volts out into the field, which is what you need for the 2600. We replaced the mod kit in it as well, which was hilarious. Shaun brought it around. He's like, "Here's the mod kit," and it's just a piece of paper that he's held up for me, and I'm like, "No, that's a piece of paper." And he's like, "No, on the paper." And then there was like a mod kit the size of like your thumbnail on the
SIM card.
Yeah, it's like the size of a micro SIM. And I was like, "Oh, great!" So I sold that. We popped that in, and it works good. We needed to substitute in my TIA chip, which is I think television interface adapter. Maybe I don't know what the abbreviation is, but it's close to that. Anyway, that chip had fucked out in Shaun's 2600. So we'll probably order one at some point. I don't know when.
I'll order one. You gave me that list, and
there's a guy in the UK that sells them for like, I don't know, $20, 20 euro or something. So,
I just assumed it was in the States, but it makes more sense if it was in the UK because
it's a PAL. Yeah, that's why I looked at that, because I didn't want to put an NTSC TIA chip into a PAL console. The pinout's different. So the Luma output and the video output of on one side of the chip is different. So you'll be very, very careful. Otherwise, bad things can happen to the rest of the 2600. So put the right one in and see how we go. There was
play Moon Patrol.
Maybe. I've never played Moon Patrol on 2600. Is it rad?
Spoiler, that's one of my pickups.
Oh,
I haven't played it yet.
It's a preview.
Because the guy I gave my Atari to hasn't fixed it.
I'll put my fucking TIA chip in it, and it'll be running now if you want, champ.
That was uncalled for. I appreciate everything you're doing.
Yeah,
And
that's cool.
I'll try to make it worth your while with some delicious beverages and
I'm
a quick
sure.
brisket or something.
Gobbies. There you go.
You have to ask the Gobby Bros for that one.
I'll show you my other pickup as well, so you can see Scramble. That was another cab that I'd finished restoring.
What's it doing over there, Denny?
It's fucking gonna get sold. That's what it's doing over there. It's out. Yeah. And the LAI wood grain. So beautiful little cab.
That.
Managed to pick him up. It's lovely. It needs a new chassis, but apart from that, it is all good to go. So if you're just listening on audio only, it's LAI wood grain low boy cabinet I just picked up, and it was only a few weeks ago. I think it was maybe 500 I picked it up for, and that's not too bad. For an unworking cab, it's on the higher side, but it is in good condition, so it's worth the money for the sake of getting a chassis repaired. So,
and did it have a board in it, Denny?
Yes, it did. It had Street Fighter 2 hyper fighting in it, and
Nice.
it's been. I did test it. I did test it, and the A board's fucked. So, yes, which is normal for a CPS1 board that you pick up that's untested. It usually means that the A board's fucked, and but I didn't buy it just for the PCB, but the B board does work. So I took my working A board from Final Fight, plugged her in, and she's all good.
Lovely. Yeah, cool.
Cool. That's cool that you can still test it.
Yeah, it works fine. Just need to find some working A boards, or wait until custom chips are able to be reproduced for the CPS1. And then I've got 2 A boards that are have faulty customs. Hey, Mikey's back.
Did he connect on his phone now?
Are you on the Wi-Fi, brother?
Because it looks like the aspect ratio changed of his camera.
Maybe.
He's gone to 3.4 to play some games.
Yeah.
He's gone CRT mode. Yeah, that's hot.
Whoa.
Mikey looks best on a CRT because he's retro.
Show is.
Yeah.
We still got you, Mikey.
I don't think he has us. He looks lost.
Yeah, I feel lost too. I'm trying to think of things that I've been up to.
You've been playing a bunch of DK.
Yeah. Maybe that's why I'm feeling like I'm going mental. I've been playing this shit game here.
That probably means you're onto something.
Yeah.
That's the barrier, mate. That's the barrier that stops people.
Playing this horrible game.
God, it's a beautiful cab, bro.
It's a nice cab. Shit game, but nice cab. Oh wow, you can see the overscan when I'm holding the camera up to it, but looking at it, I spent like a half an hour trying to retune it, and it looks beautiful in person. But yeah, when you look at it through the camera, it looks like it's overdriven as fuck.
Oh man, bugger. Mikey's got no audio from us. He said.
Well, it's saying like it's got that pending connecting to audio in the bottom.
Yeah.
So I would tell him to leave and come back, I reckon, and she'll be good.
Neil reckons leave and come back, your dog.
Have you tried to restart?
Yeah.
Oops.
Can you see what I'm typing?
He's frozen. That's a mischievous look, eh? He's up to something.
Yep.
Oh.
Hey, there he is.
Did you see the work joke I made, Neil?
I
said if that doesn't work, I said Neil reckons leave and come back, and if that doesn't work, he'll remote in and sort it out.
Yeah. Too
Got the
close to
asset
home.
number there for me.
Too close to home, mate.
Sorry, mate. It's the weekend. I think I'll be all right to go to work tomorrow, but I'm still.
Yeah, how are you feeling? Still a bit shitty.
Yeah, getting better, but I don't know if you guys can hear it in my voice, but a little bit coughy and nasally still, but mostly better.
It's no
Not COVID.
It's good.
I've been like licking handrails and everything.
It hasn't worked.
No,
Just picked up
I
some
got
other.
sick.
You just
Just
got
the
some
wrong-
other dirty lurgy instead of COVID.
Yeah.
Damn it.
There he is.
All I got was syphilis.
What a pup.
No. What a pup. that is a bit retro. Actually, AIDS would be
That is, that's yeah, it's retro as fuck.
retro. Oh, God.
Nice one.
I got scurvy.
Arr.
Yeah. You scurvy dog. Oh, boy.
While
Mike.
while Mike's reconnecting,
Mikey tech issues Coolican.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
what are your
think-
thoughts for the coming year, Denny? You probably want that kill screen, eh?
Kill screen's top of the list. I've been working on it off and on for a while. And I think I mentioned in chat today that I keep getting diverted doing other shit, and now this time I'm staying on it until it's done. So hopefully not too much longer, but it happens when it happens, like if it does happen for me at all.
Oh, it will. Dude,
I don't know, man. I've been having some good games where I feel focused and in control and everything's working, and then all of a sudden just done. And so I get like a sniff of like, oh, this could be the game, and then I just get shut down.
Yeah.
I get that brought back down to a level.
I think most people get that kind of feeling from Donkey Kong that like, is a kill screen ever going to happen when they're on the? It's almost like a part of the path that you need to go on. Unfortunately,
it is. Okay.
Yeah,
that makes me feel a little better about it, because at the moment I've had some really good games, and I feel like I can't play any better than I have been playing. But I just maybe need to just keep chipping away at it, and maybe I don't know, maybe I'll be improving and stuff, and I won't even realize it. I don't know.
Probably, man.
Because
do you know why you're dying? I'm guessing, like when you die.
It's like getting caught in dud situations in pies and in rivets. And so I think to try and avoid those deaths, it's kind of it's maybe more of the idea of trying to realize how quickly things can change and try to hold back and not get yourself in those situations, because when you get caught in them, that's when you realize, oh, that's happened because I was up here and taters moved in too quick and I couldn't get away, or insert situation here. But as I've started to learn from those, and the more that I've been killed by different scenarios and whatever, it's I've learned from most of them, and it's helped me progress. But I don't know, just lately it feels like I haven't been learning any new stuff. It's just like standing there and in the wrong spot in barrels, and you'll cop a fast wild while you're in the air or something like that. Just stuff you can't do anything about, and just like, well, shit. Like, when you're standing right next to the top ladder and you've got like a double coming under or something, so you're like, oh yeah, straight jump, and then like you get a wild just at that second immediately after you hit jump. There's just stuff. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just, you do little things in that game to try and minimize your risk, and you can never be 100% risk free in everything that you do in the game. There are spots where you do have safe spots relatively, but they're not 100% safe.
Safer spots, not safe. Yeah.
So I just need to work on that, man. And
it's just like at your skill level with your PB, it's going to come down to just the game that gives you like not really mean RNG, and you're playing focused and you're playing well, and then that's when PBs happen. And like maybe you get lucky a couple times with some jumps, because like in my kill screen there was a few things where maybe I should have died, but I got lucky. Sometimes it's not necessarily how well you're playing, but just how things can go in your favor, mixed with, you know, your preparation and skill coming into its own in that game. And man, you can fucking 100% get a kill screen.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel like it at the moment. I actually like. I should put a link in this episode that I was on rivets on maybe level 3, and I was coming down to get the bottom right hand rivet out, and I walked across the rivet, and it jumped the rivet popped out, and I just stopped right at the end because there was another tater that came down the ladder, and it didn't go all the way across to get me. It stopped and went back, so I stopped. But then the tater on the other side of the rivet that I just popped kept going, and it got me from across the other side of the rivet. And so it went all the way to the end, and if it didn't go all the way to the end and bounce back, it wouldn't have got me. But
it got you over the gap.
It got me over a rivet gap, yeah.
Oh.
So
mine's the gap, you know?
Yeah, so that was pretty rare. Yeah. I think at the end of the rivet level, I died, and I got back to it, and I was grumbling at the top like, I'm never going to kill screen this game. This is bullshit. I got up to the top of the next barrel board, and I jumped to grab the hammer, fast while, boom, and it got me straight after, and I just ended my stream. I was like, nah, that's enough DK for now.
Man, it is interesting when you die in a way that you've never seen anyone die before, like that fireball over the gap. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
Yeah,
that's brutal.
I reckon
it's cool to learn something like that. Like, wow, you can die that way, and then you can possibly avoid that in the future.
You can die if you're standing close enough to a rivet gap.
Yeah. Where I mean, yeah, you'd think you'd be safe, but
you would. Two Mikeys.
Double the Mikey.
This is going to be this will be a great episode.
Dreams do come true. Oh, Neil, you said that out loud, man.
Oh no,
it's no burp, but you know it's up there.
Oh, please keep the burp in.
I'm taking it out. It's so embarrassing.
Not even, man. You thought you muted it. It was awesome. Because the reaction was the good part. Oh,
here he is
loading the audio. He looks like he can hear us.
Hey!
He's glitching. Oh no! Going through a tunnel.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Old tech issues. Can you hear me? Coolican.
Yeah, man, loud and clear. Did you restart your router?
No, I just restarted the whole internet and my laptop and everything.
Okay.
Good lord.
Fucking hell!
It's good to have you back.
Jesus Christ! Oh my god! Yeah, here we are. I'm back. Who knows how long for? We'll see.
We'll see.
Maybe you're taking retro too seriously, Mike. You can get a new laptop. Like, it's all good, man.
You got to commit. You got to commit, Shaun.
That's it. It's old school or nothing. Yeah.
If your laptop weighs more than 3 kilos, it's time.
Is it really a laptop?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Can you kill a man with that thing?
It's a portable computer.
It's huge. It's only huge though because I've got it because of the big screen.
Yeah.
Want to be able to play games and watch DVDs and stuff on it.
Got to have that big 17. Awesome.
Yeah.
So
how's everyone going again? What's happening?
Still, we finished.
Just kicking my goals for 2023. I was just talking about DK and getting some sagely advice from those of us who have been able to reach that lofty goal, which I will probably never reach at the moment because fuck Donkey Kong.
Don't talk about my friend Dennis like that. Lies. You will get the kill screen.
Nah, I don't feel like I will. But well, I'm still going to keep playing it. Fuck it. I'm not giving up. So
there you go.
Yeah. So we'll see.
That's all you need.
Yeah. So there will be that. That's probably the first couple of months this year. I'm not really planning on playing much Game of the Month for GTS Discord this year. It's going to be a busy year with work and everything else. And I think BPAC is going to be big year this year too. So there's going to be a lot to do with the volunteer side. And so surprisingly, that takes up a bit of time too. And we have the ANZAP website and a lot of the ANZAP stuff that I'll be working with Phil Day and Jimmy to get up and running as well in time for BPAC as well. Oh, which I still haven't done yet. Shit. Do something like that. But yeah, I do.
You want to like give me my Atari back so I have one less thing to think about?
I'd rather it's something that I can do though, so I can actually fix that. So it's nice to be able to have shit that I can actually finish up.
Do you want shit to fix, man? Because I've got like a whole fucking garage.
I know you do. You've got to learn your lesson, Neil. You've got to learn your lesson about buying broken shit. It's like when you catch a kid like buying a pack of cigarettes and they say, "Oh, you got to smoke the whole bag now." Well, that's where you're at. You got to fix all those cabs now.
Oh no!
Gaming.
Mikey, you with us?
Yeah, kind of.
Oh.
In a way.
It might be better. It might be better to
so
cut
like...
the camera, Mike.
He did, I think.
Oh, right. Okay.
It sounded so like lonely and scared or something. Like, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
With a black screen. I'm fading away, guys.
Fuck.
It's fucking hilarious. I love making Neil laugh. It's my favorite thing.
Oh man, poor Mikey.
Yeah.
Mikey, this year,
to
finish up this year, I also want to start speed running Double Dragon 3 on NES as well, because it's kick-ass game and it's I think it deserves a lot more cred than it gets. It's really fun. So, and I've always loved playing it, and so I'm a speedrun that shit.
That's one of what I count that as like one of the hardest like fighting games. Dennis.
Beat 'em up.
Yeah, I had a go. I had a crack at it. Sorry, I might be thinking of number 2. Sorry, but
yep. I can do that too. Yeah.
Yeah, they're brutal games. So yeah, that'd be great to watch the speedrun of that stuff.
Love them.
Sure. Mm.
Yeah, I could do 2 and 3. So I've got 2 on NES Classic Mini and 3 on I think I've got MAME, and could do retro achievements if they are set up for it. I don't know.
And
for retro arch.
The good thing about speedrunning is it doesn't get like no fucking like any hardware will do the trick. Like it's not.
Yeah. It's not like a world record thing. It's just I just want to play the games and just do a few runs, like scoring with that sort of stuff. Double Dragon 3 doesn't have score, so it's not really much you can do other than speedrun it. Really. Yeah. Final Fight 1cc is still on the cards too, so that's still in.
That'll be awesome.
That cab there, and that's right after
Andy
Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
So then,
awesome.
we'll maybe work it out somewhere around that, and studying for uni as well. I don't know.
Yeah. It's a busy year. Yeah.
Man,
can you guys hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Who said that?
It's Mikey X on the black screen up there.
When the lights go out.
Dennis. Double Dragon 3 definitely doesn't get enough love. Like me and my brother, when we first started playing NES games way back in the old days, like when we found Double Dragon 3, that was like our favorite game for weeks and weeks. It was super fun, and it's actually pretty fun once you dig into it a little bit.
It's an awesome game. I love the variety of fighting styles between the characters, and when you get to learn and maximize like the use for each character in the game, it's awesome. It's so fun. And I've always loved playing it, so I want to speedrun it.
Get into it.
And that'll be after the pain of Final Fight, of course. And Evan, I've been talking to Evan Weston, and probably gonna buy myself a Dungeons and Dragons Tower of Doom. Well,
DD Todd.
I do. I want to start working on a 1cc of DD Todd, and we'll go for like a 2-player world record on that.
Oh,
Very cool beat 'em up for anyone who hasn't played it.
I saw it. Oh, sorry, go on, Shaun.
I guess RPG elements with the being able to buy stuff from the shop.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's D&D. So there's like multiple choices that you can make in the game. It's an interesting structure of the game. Like ultimately, the decisions you make, you can play like either one of two stages, and like they sort of they split, but then they come back into the main plot line a couple of times in the game, and so there's quite a few different options that you can choose to do. And little secret, hey, here he is. It's that guy.
That look on your face, like, holy shit, my video is working. What the fuck?
Whose games are those? Oh wait, they're mine. Look at them all. It's amazing.
Who's in my house? Oh, it's me.
And that's all I got. So
it's a Capcom game, isn't it?
It sure is.
DD Todd. Yeah, it's solid, man.
Yeah, it's a rad game.
I saw one on sale not long ago, like a working one. So I'll pick it up because it was on a page, and they're not easy to come by. So I'll find that for you.
I think it's on Zax for like $600.
That's probably where I saw it.
Yeah, I think it's it might not be an Asia board, because I've got a grey board with Street Fighter 02, so I can easily just swap the if I can get a DD Todd grey board, then I don't need to buy another A board. I can just use it with what I've got.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But if you do, keep an eye out for sure. That'd be good. The more the merrier. More shit that can break.
Yeah.
Fucking arcade stuff. Neil, Shaun, boys.
I don't know, Mikey. I'm not sure if you shared your goals for this year. Thinking back at it, did you?
Oh yeah. I can't hear you, brother.
Oh no. Mikey's goal is to get some fucking tech that works, man.
Oh, fuck.
Ow, it hurts.
I feel so bad, man. Mike, you've got some good luck coming your way, I swear. You must have some good luck coming your way.
Oh, Mikey. All right. We might get...
Everything's okay. Everything's okay, Mike.
Can you say something? No.
Type us a message with your goals for 2023.
We'll
read it up.
He's not getting that audio thing that he had before. Is it like it's not a mute or anything, Mikey? No.
What mic have you got selected? I mean, I'm sure. I mean, you know how to do that. So.
Muscle shirt, Mike.
Muscle shirt.
Selected.
It's the only mic available. Mike's mic. Fuck.
Let's charades this shit.
It's not so bad. Like, I think that this has been like a technical issues episode where my my new hardware just allowed me to burp without like muting me, and Mikey's stuff's been playing up.
Stays in the final edit. Can I edit this one? Because then I can make sure the burp stays in.
Sorry, I forgot to record this one.
Oh no, I can see that you're recording.
At least we know to come back to Mike with that. Hopefully he can get it fixed up.
Yeah, dude.
I think he wants to get love you too, mate. You typed love you guys in the chat.
Yeah.
I think he wants to get 2 million in Galaga. Or 3.
Maybe
make
4.
Make it 4.
2 mil, yep.
4 mil. Yeah.
Cool.
Fuck it, yeah. Let's just say whatever. He can't talk now.
Yeah.
He wants to get a perfect Pac-Man.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think something about with the cold drip doing like triple this year, I think.
Yep.
No, that was the 3-way that he was hoping to get for Christmas. But
that's where I thought about the triple. Right.
Yeah.
So failed last year's 2 mil, so 2 mil this year, Mikey says.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. So Galaga goals. Yeah. Yeah.
All the zeros ever.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought he was with the zeros and moving them along. I thought he was
Yeah.
doing the ship or something from
It's-
or the monsters from Galaga.
No, it's not like tweaking nipples or anything like that.
Yeah, that's the threesome. I'm gonna be tweaking his nipples. Sorry, Mike. Oh, he's knocking, man.
I'm
He's
gonna
knocking
play.
things off his shelf.
I'm gonna play this game as well.
Oh boy.
Shauno.
Neil.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
So last year my goals were last year I was moving house. So that took up the whole fucking year, like not just moving house, but like
Yeah,
just
dude.
the time absorbed while like buying a new house, moving into Jen's mum, moving all of our shit here. We're finally set up.
Is that a mum joke?
No,
Moving into Jen's mum?
no, we actually moved into a house for like 5 months. Is what
Sorry,
I mean.
I thought so. I just had to check.
No, it's all good. Like if I say mum, you need to check these things. So yeah, no, I was being serious.
No worries, Mikey. If you need to leave and rejoin, yeah, all good. Sorry, brother.
So last year I managed to do just a quick recap on last year. I managed to get the 2 kill screens on arcade and MAME, and submitted them to TG. So I was happy with them.
Awesome.
And then just at the end of last year, I got the Strikers 1945 record on MAME, just doing the first loop. That's actually been surpassed already. So whoever had the record before me has surpassed my MAME record.
You got billied. You got billied, man. You had that waiting.
Big time. Yeah, they had the tape waiting.
Yeah.
So
Someone's always got a plan.
but I'm still the only one to do the first loop, and that's what I really wanted to do. So I was happy with that.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
So I've been trying. I haven't had much time. It's been a hell of a week with Jen's been sick for about 2 weeks now. So I haven't had a lot of time to play, but I'm gonna go for the arcade world record at Netherworld. Twin Galaxies world record. So I'm going to do that on the 31st of January. So fingers crossed my hand holds up. I've got a fair bit of concerns about that. But yeah, looking forward to giving that a go. Got a couple of parts recently. So picked up a universal cab from Cherry Scott. I don't know if we talked about that last time.
We mentioned that in the December one, yeah, because you had to get it the day before. I think we recorded.
Oh, right.
Because you had to go and you had to go and pick it up, and yeah, it was like hanging out the back of the back of the Lancer.
Right. So I've mentioned that. Fine. What else? I've picked up a Pack Pro because one of my goals for this year is to get the record on Spectar, and that's something I've been looking into for a long time. So yeah, I find that my controller's letting me down when it's getting super fast, because like at level 10, the speed is just like crazy. So I reached out to Shaun this week as to how to get used to like super fast speeds, because when it gets to those kind of speeds, it kind of reminds me of Tetris, and how like it just.
Thought you were talking to Michelle, and she said, "Yeah, Shaun's way too fast."
Expert.
Yeah.
So Shaun gave me a couple of tips, which is good. Because I've recently broke my controller, but I'm fixing that at the moment. So I'll try and implement some of them. So what Shaun was saying is to just to save state levels higher than what you're trying to achieve, to get you used to the speed. So that way, when you go to play the level that you want to beat, it's not as it feels slower compared to like just super fast.
it's like training with ankle weights on or something. You know,
Yeah.
like the body gets used to, or like in a hyperbolic chamber with 10%, 10 times gravity, like in Dragon Ball Z.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because then, your brain or body or whatever is forced to adapt. And I think it's hard to, if your ceiling is where you want to get to, it's harder to get there. But if your ceiling is higher than that, you can get to where you actually need to go a bit easier because you're forced to. And
That is
our
true.
brains are very remarkable at like adapting when they have to. It's just about finding sometimes what is that way to like force it.
Are
Like
you
with
saying?
Tetris, it's
Are you
easy.
saying that I should go for the mill before I go for the kill screen?
Ooh, that's a different yes.
When mill, Denny?
Sure. Why not make yourself go through more risks?
Fuck the mill. No way.
Yeah, dude. No,
Dude.
we'll leave that to the true psychos.
Yeah.
So I've been not getting to Spectar as much as I like, but that certainly will happen in February. It will happen. So I've recently picked up I've actually got an XD board, and I've bit the bullet and bought the jammer connector from Canada. So I've got that on the way, so I can actually start to look at to see if it's running. So I purchased it running, but that's not always the tale. Looking forward to playing it on genuine hardware as well. That's certainly, that'll be my goal and I think it's going to take a very long time to beat the record. So that'll be a lot of this year.
Right. Is it so it's a difficult record to beat then, Neil? It's not just some arbitrary record for Spectar that is going to be able to be beaten with a couple of runs at arcade. It's going to be like a real
definitely. I think it's got it's got a really healthy track on Twin Galaxies. I think there's about 70 scores up between arcade and main. So,
oh wow. Okay.
I think the arcade one's about 50. So the record is 80,000. At the 80,000 mark, and I'm getting about 68,000.
Nice, dude.
So if I can complete the level that I'm on, you get a 9,000 point bonus for finishing that stage. So that's getting pretty close. But
that's real close.
Yeah, but the pace is just so fast. It's something I haven't played before.
You can't point press more or something. I don't know how the point system works.
So I've looked into point pressing. You can do a fair bit of point pressing in the first 3 levels. What you can do is you can not kill any. So there's 12 red cars that go around the screen, and then there's 2 green cars, and the green cars have a different. The movement's generated different to the red cars, and one of them can shoot at you, which is super dangerous. But what you can do is if you shoot the 2 green cars, they actually regenerate. So as long as you don't kill all of the red cars, you can continue playing and point pressing that level. But it's different to other point presses I've seen. A lot of the time when you point press in a game, you're in a very safe space.
Yeah.
With Spectar, you can accumulate more points by killing these 2 enemies, but you can easily die by getting too close to them or getting shot by one.
Right.
So it's trying to find the balance of you want to get decent points for the first 3 levels, but you don't want to. I think the amount of points you get isn't worth it because the bonus that you get for each level keeps on going up. So you get 1,000 for the first level and then 2,000 for the next, and so on and so forth, until you get to level 9, and it just sticks at 9,000. But that's a massive amount of points. So
yeah, it sounds like it must be crazy if the world record's about 80,000 at the moment on arcade. yeah, if you're getting to the level that you are, oof, you
Yeah, it's certainly
tight.
does. Yeah, I'm starting to learn about the enemy's behavior, which obviously helps a lot. But on this level that I'm at, you have to, you've got about a second to decide if you're going left, right, or up. And if you choose the wrong way, you could die in that second because the car just comes down like that quick and kills you. So like it just gets like the speed is just, it's insane. So yeah, just because like every level's randomly generated. So there are better paths that you want to try and take. But yeah, you've got to look at the board in a second and decide which way you're going and which way is the best way to go.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like you can die straight away. So yeah, it's a rough game, but I really do love it. I'm really enjoying the challenge. So the other thing I've done recently is so after Strikers 1945, my goal will be to go for the Circus Charlie record on genuine hardware as well.
Yeah.
So I've recently got like a jammer adapter for that board as well. And I took it on Saturday, just yesterday, to Adam to have a look at. He chucked it in the machine and it was booting with a RAM error. And he said that's pretty fixable. He's actually got a Circus Charlie board himself, and he said that hopefully he can just take some RAM chips from one and put them in the other, and everything should be a-okay. So hopefully that's the case. But he said like if you're going to have a fault with the board that's showing RAM's not the end of the world. So yeah, hopefully we can get that up and running. And yeah, I'll be trying to do that in February if January goes okay with Strikers 1945.
I'm sure it will, mate. I'm sure it will.
The last goal I have for this year will be a depth charge world record. So I don't think I've talked much about depth charge, but you're a battleship on top of the water and you've got all these submarines that come down and you can move your ship left and right and you can shoot what they call like a bomb or a depth charge left or right. And it's a timed game, so it goes for like a couple of minutes. And yeah, at the end of the it's just trying to get the score and the time frame that they set. There's actually I was been planning this for a long time, but a bounty's actually come up on Twin Galaxies for it as well. So cool. The world record at the moment's 4,810. And there's a bounty for 5,000 on this game. So it's a pretty low scoring game. And believe it or not, I don't actually think 5,000 is possible in the game. So Twin Galaxies has actually put a score a bounty up on a game that potentially isn't possible.
Yeah, virtually unreachable.
Wow. So it's pretty.
Rogers will do it.
Yep.
No, he got
10,000
on it like back in 1980. Everyone knows that.
Oh, didn't Billy adjudicate that one?
Yeah, probably. So yeah, like I'll certainly want to get like I think so. 2 players have made 4,810, and I'm pretty sure that's the maximum you can get. And I know it's only like 190 more points, but I don't like that's like killing the top point submarine twice, which is it's actually like an astronomical feat to get that. So it would be interesting to see what happens in that space. But I'll certainly that'll be the second game that I'll be going for.
Nice.
Yeah, I've been hunting a PCB for it, but they just like this game was made in like I think it was 79. And it's just like kept my nose close to the ground for it and can't find anything. So I would be happy with the main and just leave it at that. So yeah.
Who made Depth Charge?
Gremlin. So they became Sega Gremlin at the end, but yeah, this was before that they were conjoined, from my understanding. So,
Nice.
Yeah, and
Nice.
that's me all wrapped up.
Nice. So lately, you've just been playing Strikers.
Strikers like once a week.
Yeah.
I can't play it too much with my hand, so I've
Right.
just been doing one kind of. I would like to get to the point where I'm doing one run a night. I had a really good game. I got like 700,000 at the end of level 7, which is like way higher than I've ever been before. So I'm glad I've still got the skill for it, because I was worried that the wheels might have fallen off a bit because I haven't played it in a while. But that gave me a lot of confidence that I can do it at Netherworld. So we'll just see what happens on the day with the hand. But yeah.
Nice, man.
I've got the whole day, so like if I need to break my hand for a couple of 20 minutes between or something, I can do that and hopefully have a good crack at it.
Hell yeah.
What about you, Shauno?
Oh, mate. I'm just looking through my list of games of if it was anything that I was really proud of finishing this year. Not in particular so far. Actually, Batman on the NES, that was freaking hard. And I finished that. I did finish Castlevania. That was one I always wanted to finish on the NES, and ended up speedrunning that with some tips from Denny, which was awesome. Thanks, Dennis. Yeah, I didn't really finish anything else. It's like I finished a whole bunch of games, but nothing that was too worth like bragging about or anything. But I had a lot of fun. UN Squadron on the Super Nintendo, that was really freaking hard.
Great game.
Yeah, really cool game. I loved it. And Micro Mages was just a really cool game. That's like a what's it called? A fan made game, or like a modern retro release for the NES. Really cool game. I played that at the shed on the Play Choice 10. Someone had got a special made cartridge and played it on there with a Nintendo joystick, and it just played awesome. It was so cool.
Cool.
Yeah, it was so nice with that joystick, and being at the shed, it was pretty special that we had a little it was part of the comp that they had there on one of the days, where it was like a kind of an ultimate thing, like who got the best or who performed the best overall. And I'm pretty sure it was Jacob Spring. No surprise there.
Of course.
Shock horror.
Yeah, he's an animal. And he just came.
Oh, he's an animal, right?
Yeah, he is. I don't know him that well, Neil. I know where you're going with that. And he's now part of the Game of System Discord. So
yeah. Game of the month is going to get pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's going to
Good
be
year
cool
not to play, Dennis.
Oh, what a coincidence!
Oh no. But lately, I've been playing my PS5. I think I haven't mentioned that yet on the podcast. I got one for Christmas.
Yeah, mum and dad got you a PS5.
Oh,
nice.
Mum, thanks.
Oh, thanks, Mum.
Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, pretty stoked on it. Love it. The controller's awesome. I love gadgets and stuff and things that do different things, and the haptic feedback on the controller is really cool. I've been playing Returnal. It's I don't even know if I'm using this right, but it's kind of like a roguelike where it's kind of randomly generated, but it's a third-person shooter. And every time you die, you go back to your spaceship, but you're you kind of have the memories of being alive before. It's a bit of a Groundhog Day sort of thing. and it's cool, really cool graphics, looks great, plays well, and because it's a Sony Studios game, they've really tried to make it work well with the new controller, the DualSense. And like if you're in the rain, it kind of feels like it's raining on the controller, and you feel like different little vibrations where it feels like raindrops are hitting it. And yeah, just like in the cutscenes, if you're moving, you'll feel vibration on the left side of the controller if you're rubbing against something, and it's just a whole different level compared to any other PlayStation controller before. It's really cool.
Cool.
It's probably, for most people, they probably wouldn't care that much, but if you're into that kind of thing, it's really cool. At least it's not just like, oh, it's basically a PS4 but better graphics. It's actually a new feature with the better vibration and everything. And yeah,
I think every little step like that makes like it's an advancement though. And I know when the PS4 got released that the DualShock that they did with PS4 release was fantastic, and I'm kind of intrigued, to say the least, in what they've done with the controller for the 5 now. Because I was sort of tossing a coin between the Xbox and the PlayStation, and I'm still not decided either way. And that's kind of like a big thing to know that there's like, there's a little bit of extra smarts that goes into the PlayStation. It's interesting, man.
yeah,
Very interesting.
yeah. I think if you're sort of even on both consoles and you can't decide, then that's kind of, it depends on the exclusives that you want to play. But the controller is cool, especially like I didn't mention the adaptive, I think it's the adaptive triggers, adaptive feedback on the triggers, where like if you're, say you're pulling a bow and arrow, like it'll resist more as you pull it. And
Oh, wow.
shooting a gun, like depends if the game utilizes it, but so the left trigger in the game I'm playing, if you hold it half down, like you can feel the resistance, and like if you put a bit more pressure, it'll fully pull it, and it actually changes what kind of shot your gun does. A normal shot, you just pull the aiming, the left trigger a little bit. But if you pull it all the way, it changes what you're actually going to shoot, like your special shot. And it sounds like it would be a bit like tricky, but it's really well done, and it's quite easy to get used to. And yeah, if the controller's off, you just push the triggers, and it, like any trigger, like on any controller, it just pushes. But if you're in a game, the settings can change, and it can like resist against you and give you that feedback. It's really cool.
Wow.
That's pretty serious for a
Yeah, that's
controller.
sick. That's really cool.
Oh, hey, Mikey.
Hey,
Hey,
Dude, we can hear you. Nice.
good.
and see you.
Hot. Yeah.
Uh,
So the first game I bought for my PS5, of course, was a brand new,
Was it God of War?
taking advantage of all of the
Super Mario 5.
graphics of a modern console, Atari 50.
Oh,
Ah, yes.
very best.
Nice.
Actually, the only game I own physically is Atari 50. After
That's
we got
awesome.
off the Neil,
Cool.
oh, and then there's Demon's Tilt in there because I don't have the Demon's Tilt case. It's on its way to Germany.
Doing the old case swap. Love it.
Yeah.
So fun when you have to go and look for like a disc that you remember playing. You're like, which fucking
Yeah.
box is it in? Shit.
Yeah, I don't
Been
do
there.
that usually. It's just because it needed to go somewhere, not just sitting out, because the Demon's Tilt case is actually like on its way from Germany still. I put all my CDs, like all my Blu-rays for the PlayStation, into a CD wallet, so then I wouldn't have to
Yeah, you
pack
didn't have to cart a box of games.
on the flight and everything. So
yeah.
I hate that actually. I hate that that's not the right disc in there, but it's all good. It's fine.
Imagine taking like a whole box of games through customs. Your mate was so interested in like the PSP. Imagine what he would have been like with a box of games as well.
Old mate who wanted the Game Gear, never
Yeah.
got one.
Yep.
On Klaus.
Yep.
Have any of these guys bought games where it's just the code, download code inside, and it's
Yeah.
a box?
Yeah, fuck that.
Does it have a disc hole that you can put a disc into it?
Uh,
Or is it
yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
Oh,
It's-
so it's still there. Okay.
It's a dual case. It's just that it's like in the plastic the plastic folds that hold the game card. Usually hold an instruction manual or like anything. It's just got like the digital code, and
It's so
seen that
dumb.
before.
Pretty wild.
I heard recently that there was a game, as a PS4 a game or Xbox game, one of the Call of Duties or something, that there was a disc, but people figured out that the only data that was actually on the disc was like the game logo that comes up when you put it in your console, and like that animation. There was actually no game data on there.
The
Just
fuck?
the artwork data for the icon. It's like, come on, guys. Fucking hell. So it was basically a key. It was a CD key for the downloadable
The
content.
install time is really quick though, so that's good.
A lot of it was like a PS3 and Xbox 360. It was like the disc you got was the license to download the software, to play the software you downloaded. It's like fuck all on the disc itself. It was just like, put your disc in so you can play this, please, or else.
Yeah, some of the bigger games, but I think there was usually like at least a playable game on the disc, wasn't there?
Yeah, and there'd be stuff like game music that would be on the disc as well. Like, so if you took it out, then the game music would stop. And had that with some PC games that I used to play back in the day as well. So
Interesting.
yeah, kind of cool.
You could keep playing, but the music would stop.
Yeah.
I wonder if you put like in a different, like a CD, if you could just listen to that and play the game.
Why didn't I do that? I'll try it actually.
Blondie Heart of Glass or something.
It would have been a cool party trick, man. Like, you would have got all the girls.
It's the same on the PS1. The PS1 music read off the disc. So if you put another music disc in, you could just play whatever music you want while you're playing the game.
Yeah.
If the game needs to load to go to the next level or to change out to a menu,
it'll tell you.
It'll freeze, but if you put the PlayStation disc back in and close the lid, it just reads
It
back
keeps
to
going.
the track and goes back to where it needs to go. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to do this one night when we're together. I'm gonna see this shit.
Hell yeah. Naked.
Yeah.
If you want to be sure,
Neil's like, yeah.
Fucking finally. It's only taken 5 years.
I'll be wearing clothes, but you know.
Yeah.
Up to you.
Will you, Mike? I mean, barely. With those sleeves, mate.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh, look at you.
We've seen enough, with your cut off jeans.
Yeah. All right, some more pops then.
I don't think he's coming back.
Yep. I don't think he's coming back.
I won't go through, like, I have a bunch of Atari games that I did buy from Johnny. I bought a whole bunch of stuff from Johnny when he left. And what have I got over there? Sprint Master. Human Cannonball. I kept that because it sounds sick.
Whoa.
I don't know what that is. Superman, Sky Jinx, Rad Action Pack.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
It's got a few different packs, but recently, because I was playing Moon Patrol at Netherworld trying to get the pin, which I did. That was kind of a pickup as well. I got the Moon Patrol pin, 55k. It's not too hard, but it's a good challenge, and that made me want to get this on Atari. It was only a few bucks more to get it with the box.
Cool box art.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It's one of my favorites. It's on my phone. The box art. Like,
Oh wow.
Is it?
I think it's my background screen is Moon Patrol.
Yeah. Nice.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, he ain't lying. No.
Oh, that's rad, Mike.
Show is.
Can you just go to your bank app, Mike?
What?
No, all good. Just-
What's your account number?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Whatever,
That
Neil.
looks pretty cool.
Mikey's like the rest of us. None of us have got any money. Come on.
I like in your background. There's actually like the $12
yeah.
price on it too.
It's on the front of the. That's the cover of the Atari version I have, which is really like clean cover. It's up there next to some carts that might fall over if I grab it down, but it's some super clean boxed Moon Patrol.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure it's a good port too. That game, that Moon Patrol on the Atari.
I think I looked it up and it got a good review. So I was wondering because it's really good on the arcade. I thought
Really?
this would transfer well to the Atari,
Yeah.
I think, and I'm looking forward to playing it. So
Was it arcade perfect?
Ooh,
I'll have to ask Tagster.
Yeah, and Daz.
Donkey Kong.
We love you, Tagster. I got Global Defense as well. I got this
cool.
from Eddie's on the Master System. Pretty cool game. It's like a side-scrolling shooter, and you're this weird like space pod thing.
That was we got the Master System with that game. when I
Oh,
was a
really?
kid. But we struggled as a kid. Like I couldn't get past the first level. It was super hard for us when we were playing it. And we got that in Sonic, so we just played Sonic.
Played Sonic,
Oh.
yeah.
Or Global Defense.
Sonic's pretty awesome.
Push on.
I'd be keen to play it again because like I was playing it as like when I was super young. But, maybe it's easier.
I played it and it was like kind of boringly slow, I remember. But maybe I just need to get further into the game and it ramps up. Maybe it gets exciting like Spectar on the higher levels.
Yeah,
We'll
maybe.
see. I got Alien Storm because it looked pretty badass on
Hey.
Master System.
Cool.
I kind of like collecting for Master System and Mega Drive a bit because it's like fairly affordable mostly, and most of the time it's easy to get it in a box, and the conditions are a lot better because they're plastic a lot of the time. So you don't get as many like shitty crushed boxes that are falling apart, I guess. And that's came with what I got from
Beautiful.
Johnny Demon Attack. It's a
Yeah,
gorgeous
that's
copy.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Wow.
it is, man. It's like minty as, and I sold it because I bought the stuff from Johnny thinking, well, everybody wins. He gets some money before he goes. I'll sell it when I come back. And I've sold most of the stuff, and I'm getting fairly close to breaking even, and I've still got some stuff that I want to keep. So, yeah, that's been a few pickups there. This is kind of a cool one. This is sealed. I don't really care about sealed games, but because it's probably not a game that no one really even cares about. Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam on the Game Boy Advance, sealed.
Oh wow.
You can kind of see it there that it's got the foil on it or plastic.
Yeah, yeah.
So that
What a
came-
grading.
Yeah, oh
viewing.
man,
Yeah.
I'd say that seals
What's an A plus?
maybe an A.
I hope
10
it's a jam making game.
10,000
right?
bucks. Yep.
It is a jam making game. Yeah, you make
Neil.
jam with Tony Hawk while walking down a hill. It's real weird.
Didn't sell well.
It actually looks like it could be fun because it's in the perspective of a proper. I think it's in the perspective of a proper Tony Hawk game because the
Yeah,
ones
the early-
they made for Game Boy and Game
The
Boy
earlier
Advance
Tony Hawk
ones-
games were completely different. Hey, like
yeah, like on the Game Boy Advance and stuff. Yeah, like the isometric view.
Yep.
They were decent though.
yeah, it was
For what
good.
they were.
Just not like a normal Tony Hawk game. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're
Interesting
expecting,
take
like,
on it.
third person view from behind.
A Game
like,
Boy.
boy.
Yeah, nah.
I thought I had some other pickups, but maybe I didn't. Nah, not really. I've got some posters up and stuff, but that's about it. Oh yeah, that was right. I had a story about a guy. So I've been playing Child of Light recently. That's another game I've been playing. I'll quickly go through what I've been playing. I finished Child of Light recently. It's like a side-scrolling RPG. It's all 2D, but then it goes into like turn-based combat when you fight. Really beautiful game, very nice, like watercolor style graphics. Pretty cool story, pretty funny at times as well. Crash Fusion, which is a another like 2D platformer where you have different mini games that you play. Basically, it's a Crash Bandicoot game on the Game Boy Advance. Finished that recently. I was sort of playing that on my commutes. I think, yeah, those are the only 2 games I finished this year so far. And the story I want to tell is this bloke. I found Child of Light, the cartridge only on Gumtree. And it's for Vita because I wanted a physical version and they didn't bring one out on the PS4 as far as I could find. But they did bring out Child of Light, the complete edition on the Vita. So I found a cartridge only on Gumtree and I asked the guy, and he was a very nice bloke. First thing I said was, "Hey mate, still available?" And he said back like the next day, "Please give me a bit of time. We have guests here and things are a bit hectic. Phil." Didn't tell me if it's still available, but I'm guessing it was a yes. I said, "Yeah, no problem. Happy to buy it when you're ready." And then he sends me a bit of a story. "Hey, Shaun, I want to tell you that the Vita game has been up for a year at least. In that time, only one person asked about the game, then disappeared. You asked about it one day after another chap in WA also expressed interest. So no interest for ages, then 2 within 2 days. Amazing. This guy, Trent, beat you by 1 single day. I need to be fair and offer it to him first. He is keen, but if it doesn't work, you get the game. Sorry to hold you back, then tell you the bad news. But as I've said, I've been busy as. This is the first time I've been able to sit down and check who came first and get this sorted out. Phil."
Whoa. Serious?
Yeah, I was like, "Whoa, man,
Wow.
That's intense, Phil. Wow.
yeah, Phil, that is more than I could have hoped for, man. That's a lot of info." And then I said, "Hey, Phil, thanks for the info. No problem at all, mate. That's fair. Let me know how it goes, and I'll definitely buy it if he doesn't." He said, "I'll keep you posted." I don't know if I should go through this whole next one, man. I'll try and get through it quick. This is fucking massive. Okay, Shaun, I'm not selling the game or anything else for a while.
Oh, it's,
This is why I want to tell the story about the roller coaster. With these hacks into Medibank, my family is a member. It's a bit risky to give out our bank details. Some grub might be able to match our name with our bank account and do a bit of identity thieving. So my plan is to not give out bank details for a couple of years. I've decided to give this game away, but after I explained the reason for not selling to Stuart and offered it to him for free, gratis, nix, I heard crickets. I've messaged him tonight, and if he doesn't reply with his address so I can send the game at my expense by tomorrow night, you can have it. So when I heard that, I was like, "Oh man, I hope this guy doesn't respond. I'm getting a free game."
Yeah.
And then that was just the beginning of the message. "I sold my rooted PS Vita and my PS TV is also rooted." By rooted, he means like homebrew.
Broken.
Hacked.
Broken.
Yeah.
All right.
No, not
Okay.
actually broken, but like he's hacked it with
All right. Okay.
like, basically custom firmware, which is a thing you can do with Vitas. I've done it to mine.
Okay.
So I sold my rooted PS Vita and my PS TV is also rooted. And believe me, I have all the games I will ever need if I ever used it. I would sell the PS TV too if I was selling stuff. This game was well hidden in the PS TV when I bought it, used from a games dealer here in town. He obviously didn't know it was in there, and as a device I was not familiar with, I certainly didn't. I knew I could use the PS TV to pass through PS3 games to a TV I had in the pergola, so I never actually used any games in it, never needed to buy one either. Later, much later, I decided to root it, and that's when this game kept popping up as installed on the main screen. I was puzzled. WTF? I couldn't figure it out. I finally expected the PS TV a bit closer and found this game in a little slot, so I got the game for free, more or less. I didn't realize that you could even put Vita games in a PS TV. That's me saying that, by the way. That's a pretty cool thing that I've just found out from him. You can have it if Stuart thinks that somehow in some way this is a scam. Honestly, I don't give a flying. If it stays in a drawer, I give it away. It's not even on my backup worry list. Phil B. I said, "Hey mate, wow, that's a pretty interesting." Sorry.
It sounds like Phil thinks about a lot of different stuff. It's he definitely does have a physical worry list, I reckon.
Oh yeah, I reckon.
I reckon he's actually got a list, not just yeah.
Not
Wow,
just
sorry.
mentally.
Yeah, sorry. Please continue. This is
I hope it's not boring.
No, this is it's great.
Interesting.
Strange saga.
Yeah. I said, "Hey mate, oh wow, that's a pretty interesting story, mate. if you have PayPal, I could just pay you that way or even send you cash. Totally understand not wanting to give your details out. Let me know if he gets onto you. I'll swing you my address if he doesn't. I think I'll have to get myself a PSTV too. So I didn't want to like engage too much.
Yeah.
because
Just
barely
enough to be polite, I think was good. So
Yeah, exactly. Because it was pretty interesting stuff, but it was just a lot to read.
just offer to send old matey a check. It's how they used to do it in the old days. But
I was thinking
Money
I was
order.
going to do that. Hey,
yeah, money
I
order,
did-
exactly.
He did have his address on the envelope, but who knows if it was real since he's paranoid about giving his details out.
Ah, that's true. Some grub might have
Yeah.
got it.
Some grub might have done it exactly.
Hmm.
So he said back to that. Yep, I should have waited and not give you false hope, but if you didn't know about routing the Vita/PSTV, you do now. The PSTV connects to TV via HDMI and wirelessly to PS3 control. My wife and I used to give Angry Birds a real flogging, but lately she's more interested in crap US drama soapies.
It's amazing.
The Vita has memory in it, so hacking is straightforward. With the PSTV, there's no internal memory, so if you decide to buy a PSTV, you will need a Sony memory card just for one-time hack. Just a small 8 gigabyte one will do. The bigger ones are ridiculously expensive and can corrupt permanently without warning. Happened to me with a 64 gigabyte card that came with the PSTV. I'm going to attach a bunch of screen snapshots I took the PSTV as seen on our big screen TV today. It doesn't take up all the screen area, but it's plenty big enough, probably 50-inch size. That's it from me, Shaun. I'll write again if I need your address. Otherwise, good luck. Regarding the attached files, my memory card, standard SD card, has plenty of room, but there's a limit on how many games can be installed. Cheers, Phil.
Does he remember that you're trying to buy a game from him? Is that part of what's happening now?
Look,
Yeah, he does, because he said, I'll write again if I need your address.
Oh, okay.
Because he's waiting to hear back from the other guy.
We've got to get this guy on. Like,
Oh,
this is an episode.
yeah,
I've got his number.
yeah.
I hope he doesn't.
I
think
need the
that he is
backstory
this.
to
Like,
this.
I'm not really making fun of him. It was just a great story.
Yeah,
Like a great
what a-
happening to tell on the podcast because he's so happy to take the time to explain
dude.
things to me.
Yeah.
exactly.
True.
What a transaction between buyer and seller. I just love the detail in it. It's it's awesome.
Yeah,
It's true.
there's more.
Oh, good.
Should I?
Yeah,
I'll-
indulge me,
Yeah, keep
please.
going.
I said back to him, yeah, I've got a Vita that I've hacked and I love it. Got lots of retro games on there too. Awesome, mate. Looking forward to seeing the photos. I hope your wife gets back into gaming and off the crap soapies. And he said, I don't know if it was the same day. It was later that night, I think. Okay, Shaun, your year is starting off well. A free game that I read is much admired. All right, he must have looked it up. Not my cup of tea. Yep, wifey is in there now with the two daughters watching Revenge. What a great show. Not. I'm heading to, in capitals. I'm heading to Bunnings tomorrow morning, so I'll stop by my local Tinana post office and put this in one of those cardboardy type envelopes. That should be enough, but just standard mail, mate. Flick your address over and I will take that with me tomorrow. Phil. He's a liar. He sent it express post and it got to me the next day.
Whoa, what a
Boom.
legend.
He spent $8 to send me a
Wow.
game for free.
Good on you,
awesome.
Phil.
This guy's a legend, man. So after he said that, sometimes I wasn't getting the messages, like the notifications on Gumtree, either maybe because it's open in the background and it doesn't have the best settings. Like sometimes it just wouldn't come through.
The app is weird. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on there, but I didn't see it. And then the next day at 11, sorry, mate, but you have 30 minutes before I head out. I will check here before I walk out the door. After that, it goes back in the drawer. Call me on his number if you have concerns. Cheers, Phil. And I said less than an hour later at 12. So he sent that at 11 past 11 and I sent back at 12:03. Hey, mate, sorry, my notifications didn't come through. I'll text you now. So I texted him. Those are on another phone, but basically it wasn't as long. He did try to call me as well and I was at work. So I had to like reject his call and quickly text him my address. And then he asked like, I spelt my name wrong because I did it so fast at first with Rufland.
All right. Yeah.
And then I texted the correction, and I could see on the envelope that he had wrote Ruhland and then changed it to Ruhland. I don't know. That was kind of interesting to me, but doesn't really add to the story that much.
You're just sitting there verbatim writing it out.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
pretty
So
true,
he was
yeah.
like, and then the next text came through, and then he wrote it out. But
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, he sent it, and I was like, I mean, this sounds too good to be true and too wild. But it came through the next day, and it was just like this in a pretty big envelope, and that was it. And now I just need the box for it, and I didn't even play it on the PS Vita. I played it on PS4 because it was free on PlayStation Network. But I just wanted to have a physical copy, and if it's free, or it was going to be $9, but I mean, getting the story out of it would have been worth the $9.
Man,
anyway,
that's
thank you.
Hell of
Phil.
a story.
that's awesome journey.
Yeah, I was just cracking up. Like I said, babe, look at this. I've sent him like one line back, and look what he sent me, and she was cracking up as well. Like,
Yeah, it's really
sending
good.
me, like a written out podcast, basically.
Yep.
But that's me. What's happening lately. Another pickup, actually, real quick. I got this for $50 in the box. The 8-bit Dough
8-bit Dough.
Pro 2
Good
controller.
price.
It's gorgeous. The actual vibration on this is really nice when you're playing it on a Switch. I was using that today, Denny, when we were playing Mario Kart,
Nice.
and I think it has better like vibrations than the PS4 controller, which would make sense. It's a lot newer. But yeah, I got that for $50 off a guy who I actually shamelessly plugged the podcast to when I went to pick it up, because he was a gamer and a cool dude. And sorry if you get your name wrong. I think it was Chris. I tried to look it up for a while before the podcast because I wanted to get your name right. But I think it was Chris, and you're a really nice bloke, and I hope you do listen to the podcast. And if not, that's all good. But either way, thank you so much for a very fair deal. It was brand new. He'd played it like once or twice. He said that him and his girlfriend bought 2 controllers, but they only really used one of them. So he sold that one on for a really fair price. So
It's good.
legend.
They're $90 brand new, those 8-bit Dough Pro
Yeah.
controllers. Yeah, and they're sick, man. They're so versatile too.
Oh yeah. Switch, PC, with your mobile, whatever.
Yeah. RetroArch, anything that runs RetroArch will pick it up as an Xbox controller,
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
wow, that's
which is
neat.
great. Yeah, like so much different.
Yeah, you can change it on the back.
Yep.
There's like a switch for S, A, D, and X. So S for Switch, A for Android, I think.
Yeah.
X for X
Xbox.
input.
Xbox.
Xbox?
Yeah.
It's not for X input for like the PC. I don't know what D is, but oh well, it's great.
Yeah.
It's versatile.
They are so good, and they're
Yeah.
perfect form factor as well. Yeah.
Great D-pad. I was looking into it, and I really wanted to have a good D-pad because the Switch Pro controller has a pretty shit D-pad.
Oh man,
And-
Tetris 99 with it. It's beautiful.
Oh,
So
I was like,
beautiful.
what's wrong with me when I
Yeah.
was playing that game? Why am I so bad at this version of Tetris? But then, yeah, I mean, there's videos on how to fix it yourself, and yeah, come on, Nintendo, you invented the D-pad, and then you put a shit
True.
D-pad on your Switch Pro controller.
It's just it's 4 buttons. It's not even a D-pad. What are you doing, guys?
Oh, you mean on the
Sort your shit out.
the Joy-Cons?
Joy-Cons, yeah.
Yeah, the 4
Yeah.
buttons.
Shite.
Yeah. There's mods for that as well, or you can just buy like the Hori ones.
Maybe the Switch legal team and the NES legal team had a big like battle. Like, you cannot use our D-pad. This is ours. You have to use something else.
Yeah.
Or we'll sue you, you dickheads.
Yeah.
You fucking
Yeah.
make sure you use something else and not a
Yeah,
D-pad. Come on.
fine. We'll make our own.
Yeah.
We've got 4 buttons. Check
4
this out.
buttons. Oh, revolutionary.
Hey, assholes! We all work for Nintendo. Who cares?
Yeah, it only cost them $750,000 in legal fees, and they worked it out. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
worries.
Sorted.
An afternoon at Nintendo HQ, boom, done.
And then 8-bit Dough was like, "I'm gonna take the exact D-pad that you guys
So-
created and
it's
put it
so
on a
good.
controller
It is
that looks like a
literally
SNES controller."
Yeah,
Yeah, beautiful. But yeah, my gaming goals are just to keep playing a bunch of games, enjoy them. I would like to win Game of the Month for Game the System. That would be a pretty cool thing because I came second this year. But yeah, I mean, Jacob will probably see to that not happening if he feels like it. I just hope he doesn't have the time.
No, he does play heavily into like I think he does the MGL a fair bit and stuff like that as well. So
Yeah,
he might already have monthly competitions going. But he is a beast. So
yeah, he plays a lot as far as I can tell. He's uploading a lot of 1cc's and stuff on his YouTube channel.
Yeah, dude.
Which is
Yeah.
I think it's just Jacob Spring on YouTube. Check him out. Other than that, yeah, just keep playing games. I mean, I'm not fully focused on like a Tetris Max Out, but I'm still playing it just for fun. I don't want to like. It's a game that can kind of drive you crazy. So not the same way like Donkey Kong, but it's just so easy to keep grinding and playing because it's only like another 5 minutes. It's only another 5 minutes or 10 minutes, but then it turns into 2 hours and you're like, I'm not satisfied. I know I should walk away. I've got all these other games I know I would enjoy playing. So I'm just trying to keep it at an arm's length and just play it in a healthy way. So
it's a good idea.
yeah, that's kind of me. My throat's getting dry.
Oh,
I need to have some water and probably go to bed. But
oh,
yeah.
Look at that. That sounds so dry.
Yeah. There's a mum joke in there.
That's it could be, I guess.
There is.
There is, I suppose.
Save for the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think
Exactly.
that's like 2 hours anyway.
Tis.
Jeez, well, that went quick.
Yeah. But good catching up with you guys. I guess the goal for the podcast would be I'm going to try to make a calendar. I'm going to get some names on there for interviews. Would be great to do podcasts fortnightly, whether that's all four of us or at least one of us interviewing someone.
Yeah. See how it works.
Yeah, I mean, we're all busy and
Yep.
I got to try to find a place and move and stuff. So I don't want to, it should be a fun thing, right? The podcast. It shouldn't be like, this is a job.
Yeah, it's not a job. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I do enjoy it. And I would like, it's actually probably less stressful for me and maybe for all of us if we do have some kind of schedule, because then at least it's not like, hey, when are you all free? Let's fit it in here and here.
Yeah.
So if we have kind of a set day, then it's like, all right, either we can all make it, or one of us, or some of us can make it, or none of us, and then we either do it or we don't. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
We've made it this far, and it's episode 44, I think. So I'm actually pretty keen to get to 50 episodes. I don't know. I like milestones like that. So
yeah,
I don't know what we'll do for that, but
we'll plan something big for the 50th episode then.
Yeah, a live catch up. Yeah. I would love
live catch
it.
up.
Was really fun getting together. So I think a live catch up would be cool.
Definitely.
Yeah, that was fun, at Denny's arcade. Just getting a bit loose.
Let's get a table at Netherworld, and we'll just we'll sit at Netherworld, and I'll bring my kit. We can just sit there and record us drinking beer.
Shit, yeah.
Beautiful.
Sounds good. Sorry.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah, I probably could mute myself, but I'm a dog.
At least if you do mute yourself, it'll work. So that's a thing.
Old Burpee McGee over here. I loved it.
That's fucked, eh?
It was good. It was good. It was so funny.
It was, because you're such a polite guy. I was like, he definitely meant to mute that.
Yeah, that's all right. You'll see the red thing come up. And be like, because I reached up and went dink, and I was like, I'm good. No, I'm not. Good one.
Yeah, I gotta go have some dinner.
Oh, dude, definitely.
Man, no wonder you look so lean, Mike. Haven't eaten in days. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us, and thanks to you fellas. First podcast of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. All
Back
right.
in 2023. You.
Thanks, boys. Well, yeah. We'll see you all on the next one. Thank you for listening.
Catch
Bye.
you around.
Thanks
Thanks
for
all.
Child of Light again, Phil.